Hi, my name is Jörn. I want to briefly introduce some guiding principles for lean content production, plus a number of examples of what you could do and what you shouldn't do. This includes how to use free material. This is the worldview that I would suggest as a first principle, to focus on learning and not on a glitzy look. Second, for bonus points, add a little practicing or planning or software or hardware. And third, be aware of some things just not being possible if you want an inexpensive production. The vital question to ask at the beginning is if you really need to start from scratch. Most probably, there are lots of videos, interactive simulations, and maybe even quizzes online that you can build on. In accordance with the principle to focus on learning, not on a glitzy look, the easiest and legally safest way to use these is to mention them in linked lists. For a bonus achieved by a little more tech, improve the user interface by embedding external material into your course. This includes, for instance, building quizzes into videos produced by someone else. But there is a catch. That's why I put an asterisk behind the word quote, free, unquote. You have to look at the specific licensing rules, possibly even the illegible fine print. Even most OER, open educational resources, come with rules attached. Violating rules may be costly, at least in my home country, Germany. The production of a MOOC may be pretty similar to the production of a movie. So we may have a pre-production phase where scripts are being written, for instance, a recording phase where the actual shooting is being done, a post-production phase mostly concerning editing, and finally a delivery phase. Here are some examples concerning the pre-production phase. To focus on learning, you need an idea what goes where on the page, which explanation you want to use, how you create a diagram, which means you need a storyboard. You may want to look into which graphical elements can be reused and produce them up front. So that goes into planning. And third, don't try to use fancy animations. A diagram like the one that I'm using here may be perfectly okay. It doesn't need to be 3D animated. Here are some examples for the recording phase. To focus on learning, I like to record in front of a live audience so that I can insert live quizzes for that audience and see whether or not my explanations have worked. For a technology bonus, use a decent microphone, maybe one that is going to cost you 400 euros. But be aware of such things that a visible writing hand, as used in the Udacity videos, may simply not be possible in a cheap setting. In the post-production phase, we want to do as little editing as possible, because editing takes much time and hence is expensive. When it comes to learning, you may think about leaving in mistakes by the lecturer and not editing those mistakes out, because mistakes can be learning opportunities. You should, of course, be discussing those mistakes afterwards. It is very worthwhile to practice the right style of recording to facilitate editing. For instance, if the lecturer inserts a certain glitch, the lecturer needs to repeat the complete sentence afterwards, not start in the middle of the sentence. And finally, do never try to fix any typos in your PowerPoint slides or even in your handwritten notes during editing. That is very costly. So to repeat, my worldview would be, first, to focus on learning, not on a glitzy look. Second, to add a little practice planning or software or hardware to smoothen out things. And third, to be aware of not being able to do everything that you see on the big MOOC platforms and in the movies. So far, my ideas. And now to start off the discussion, here are 2 questions for you. What have you seen in terms of MOOC production that was done so cheaply that it hampered learning? And How much time effort do you expect that creating a video such as this takes? Does creating this video require specific skills? If so, which? And how long would a training session for those skills need to be?